I mean, I do a lot of like squats and sit-ups and stuff.
When you do your exercises, do you think about things or do you just kind of stay in the zone?
I put on music and I jazz out to it.
Okay, I'll try some music. He
Oh
gets a
yeah,
music player.
Yeah.
He gets one from the gym, and he turns it on. It's just silence.
She reaches over and turns it off. You got to turn it on with your powers.
No, that was a track. That was a song.
It was? I turned it back on. I lean really close. Am I hearing anything?
Nope.
I don't hear any.
No, it's a famous song. It's John Cage's 433.
I don't know that one.
No, you're hearing it right now.
I think you're messing with me.
No, I'm quite serious. It's a famous composition. 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence.
Oh, you are messing with me.
No, it's a real song, I swear.
Oh, please. You're not taking these aliens seriously, are you?
It's a real song.
I don't.
Look it up if you
try a
don't.
different song? No,
Look it up if you don't believe me.
Can't jazz out to silence.
Can't or won't.
Mia sits down and pouts and cries.
Well, since you've lost your stand, you're now divorced from your ability to read and repeat qualia. So the idea of silence is probably not the best for you. I mean,
no, she hates it.
I imagine, yeah.
Jeff can literally see her squirming on the floor.
You know what? Hold on. I have the perfect thing here. He leaves for a moment and then gets noise canceling headphones and puts them over your ears.
I don't like this either.
Oh, and then there's one more step. Hold on.
Wait, did I just jump off the roof? That sounded easier.
No, just one more. He clears his throat. Okay, I'm going to put a blindfold on her. This isn't weird. Nobody make it weird. Points around. Good.
Why would it be weird?
Because I'm putting a blindfold on a young lady in my basement gym. It feels like this is, the optics are a little strange. That's all.
I don't
One
get
must
it.
be aware of these things.
No, people do kung fu all the time in blindfolds.
Okay.
It's movies.
Marisol cups her hands and shouts it's fine. She's got permanent birth control on.
You're right. You are really just a precious, precious, precious thing. And then he adds a blindfold over your eyes. So now you have the noise canceling earphones and the blindfold. If he's talking, you can't hear it.
Oh, well, she's in the darkness now.
There is a pinch though on your arm.
Oh, she tries to pinch the air where it came from.
Yeah, he's just laughing and stepping away and laughing. For you, Jim, you're training with Kev. Other than him making now a suit of armor that's 4 times as big as your normal suit of armor, one that he can barely move in, he's going to try to direct you over to a shooting range where you can try out Knight Rider. If you're down for that. The way that this works for you is different than it works for him. Give me a 40F plus, we'll say 5. This is you shooting your gun. To see how close you get to the target. Passive opposition 3. Jesus, you nail a super bullseye. This is an insanely accurate shot.
Huh.
Yeah, you barely even needed to take the time to aim. When you did go to make the shot, though, you heard a little whisper in your ear. It was hard to notice at first, but it just said little to the right.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah, on your shoulder there is the little man with the telescope. Your little spotter. After you make the shot, he gives you a tiny thumbs up.
Oh, okay. Jim thumbs up back at him.
Yeah. He's just a little man with a telescope that whispers to you if you're ever a little off. Any shot you go to make after that, the little dude will just do the same thing. He'll just whisper yeah, just up a little. Just move up a little. Couple degrees. Perfect. That's how you know you have a lock on. It's just him saying perfect.
Okay. Jim will keep practicing, I suppose.
So just like I asked Marisol, what's a weird way do you think that your experience would alter how this stand operates?
Originally, I thought that maybe it would help him aim his sword better.
Okay. I mean, it probably could. It would be it would tell you stuff like step forward an inch step back as you parry, maybe to measure distance and force.
Can I make a slight suggestion as to how that might benefit?
Sure.
Since it has such amazing perception, it's a spotter. What if it could read your opponent's body language and tell you how to react to potential incoming blows or how best to parry or feint that?
It might be able to read information like that based on the motion of your opponent. Yeah, like how quickly they're coming in, how far away they are, what your position is. Absolutely. You can try that out with Kev actually in his giant armor. He's also made a giant sword, so he basically just looks like a space marine now. Like it's just his
Lord.
head popping out. This is great.
Can you move?
Is it a chainsword?
No, it's not a chain. It's just a big rusty cleaver. Yeah, I can move, obviously. Why wouldn't I be able to? He like slowly raises the giant cleaver. Here we go. It's very slow.
Come on, man. If we fight the aliens, they're just gonna walk around you.
That's nonsense. I'm perfectly armored.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Fair. Okay. Well, let's practice your swordsmanship, I guess. Go ahead and try to defeat me in this incredible suit of armor I've crafted. Go ahead and take a roll with Ace of Spades. 3. So it's not that you're inaccurate. It's just that his armor is so goddamn thick that it like just kind of pings off. It does leave a scratch. And if this was like, real combat, you probably would have cut deeper. You could probably go through metal with the Ace of Spades and be fine, but it is very thick metal that this man has like made his armor out of. See that? Strong. I'm ready to go. Purge some criminals. He goes to swing at you and with a 2. So yeah, Knight Rider actually whispers, just like, take a step back.
Jim steps back.
Roll your knight skill. So you dodge. I mean, he's slow. And then when you dodge, you feel like because you did take a step back, even though it was like, you could have stepped aside, went to one side or the other, left or the right, but because you took a step back and avoided the hit, you now have somewhat better of a position to go in and strike again. So make your next roll 4D F plus 6. This is reflective of you. With a 4. This time you do cut through his armor. You hit it at just the right angle. So what happened here is because you were able to dodge with Knight Rider's suggestion, and because you successfully dodged, and this would count for a parry as well, you get a +1 bonus to your next attack against that target because you've moved and changed your position enough that Knight Rider's like set up a good balance between the two.
Okay.
So in combat, that's the way it'll work. Somebody goes to take attack at you, you parry it or you dodge it or whatever, and you meet or exceed their roll, you get that +1. If you succeed with style, as it's called, which is when you roll, I believe, 3 or more than they rolled, then you would get a +3 instead of just a +2. So pretty good. That may actually fuck somebody up really badly if they're not careful. But it only works for when you're kind of dueling with your sword. So it's like kind of like, just think of it like a pseudo stunt. It's basically a stunt. I'll memorize it for any fight that you get into.
I was just gonna say that's if he gets into melee. The vibe I'm kind of getting is that Kev's gonna be melee and I'm gonna be ranged, sort of swapping roles.
I mean, you guys could do both. Kev's not really a great shot without his stand, but you never know when you're going to need to swap out, or you'll need to come into melee, or you'll be forced to come into melee.
Yeah.
On that note, Jim, the last thing you see Kev do is flex, push his armor back a little, and then rocket punch one of his giant armor fists off of his arm. They just propel it, shoot it off into a wall.
Oh, damn.
Ha!
How'd you do that?
Combined drift with this heavy armor, of course. The fist is just like planted into the wall. Now I gotta figure out how to pull it back, though. That's fine. I'm sure I'll figure that out with drift. Probably. Yeah, it's one thing he's done. He seems to make a heavier armor than you do. It's slower, but it does have that very strange kind of that rocket punch capability. It's just not as agile as you are. With his stand, though, you feel like you could like really legitimately like fence, like not just like swinging your sword and cutting things, but like a little more graceful. And weirdly enough, not only is your vision better, but mathematical equations, I don't know when it would ever come up. You seem to be doing pretty good with them. You can just do it in your head real fast, like a lot of different kind of equations.
Oh, okay.
It's another part of his stand. Basically, his stand crunches numbers and improves perception. But yeah, that's what you guys are doing. Training in the gym. Simone is out training with Lord Cambria, who would probably rent some time at a gym across town. out with the group to start to try to teach her how to do spin. Mostly it seems to involve very strange pirouettes and ballet moves right now, as well as doing things like spinning a coin on its edge and throwing a baseball. It's a very esoteric style is what you can gather. Like it just has like moves like that. Not just a baseball, a football too, because you have to put the spiral on the football when you throw it, fingers on threads. Like, yeah, it's like there's some of that. It's like he's just, in fact, he might have, instead of just a straight up gym, he might have taken you just like a weird little sports center for some of this, which makes it all the weirder because he's dressed the way he is and acting the way he is around a bunch of like jock type of people who are just there to go to the batting cages or whatever. Just have a pink-haired scientist and a purple-haired dandy just like fucking throwing random balls and spinning coins. But hey, dare anybody to say anything to him about it.
He won't just fuck him up immediately.
Yeah, that's what pretty much you guys are up to for the week. Is there anything that you feel like any of your characters need to sort out in a week's time that you maybe would have wanted to? For example, Nia might have needed to at some point go talk to her parents.
She'd at least go see how her dad has recovered.
Yeah, at some point you would show up with Jeff.
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Your dad, if Jeff's there, pretends that everything's all right, doesn't say anything about being stabbed, and just says how much he loves working at ELO.
You're retired, Dad.
Oh,
Can you just stand out just outside the door?
why would I do that?
Because I need to talk to my dad alone.
Okay, fine. I'll just be out here looking fantastic. And he just
Look-
goes out with his Moby. He's typing out another Nova Notices message.
Mia's starting to get used to it and closes the door.
Yeah, you have some privacy with your dad.
How are you really doing, Dad?
I'm fine. I just, retired, so I got plenty of time to fish and, all the stuff that I really wanted to do. Organize my cigar collection, donate to a charity at all. Things like that.
What charity have you been to?
Oh, the charity for poor decision making. It's just a little startup. Yep.
Okay, well, you should maybe donate to the Stylers, maybe?
I suppose I could. Sure. How
Okay.
much money do they need?
Why don't you talk to Kimber?
I will. I'll do
Thank-
exactly that. Well, there's a voice though. After he says he'll talk to Kimber. Who the fuck is Kimber?
Oh, no, Mom. Mom, I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, there's those familiar clicks.
Uh,
Nia, dear, what are you doing back here? I thought we removed you from this domicile.
I came to see how my dad was doing as his stomach got split open. She
Okay.
says, looking at her mom with like a little bit too much murderous intensity. Like she's probably never seen that from Nia.
I don't know what you're talking about, dear. He had an accident. We all know that.
Well,
Honey, who is Kimber?
Kimber is the leader of the Stylers.
Your dad starts to get really nervous. She's no one, dear. It's just a friend of Nia's, that's all. I see. Nia.
You are not allowed to stab her either.
Oh, I don't think that I would ever do that. That's ridiculous, Nia.
Yeah, of
Why would I
course
need
not.
to stab a bitch?
She is not a bitch. She's a very nice lady.
Oh, is that what you think, dear? Is she a nice lady? She puts one hand on your dad's shoulder.
He's never met her.
Oh, you setting him up for a little get together with your friend Kimber?
I'm setting him up to do charity work.
Oh, is that what that is? Charity work, dear? You're gonna go do charity work with the little street stars, little Kimber? Is that it? Your dad is looking real uncomfortable.
You can donate
So
to
is
the
it-
police force instead. Kevin is very nice.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Nia, I think you and I need to have a discussion, like heart to heart.
Well, I don't know if I have time right now, Mom. Jeff Lynn is waiting on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Jeff Lynn
really.
is here.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe you.
Mia goes to open the door.
Jeff is standing there, typing
Hi.
on his Moby.
You done posting as me, Jeff?
Almost. Smiley face. Kitty cat head. There we
No.
go.
Wait. At least do hearts.
Yeah, maybe next time. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Nova. Your mom just stares blankly. Hello, Mr. Lin. What are you doing here at our humble abode? Jeff kind of smiles and then puts an arm around Nia. Well, your daughter here is partnered up with me to do some
Doing a movie.
a movie. That's right.
Yeah.
You probably saw it on the Repeater Network. Yeah. Meteor Boy. It's a big deal. And she has been such a treat to work with. I meet a lot of very talented people who are superstars, but none of them are quite as talented or, I don't know, quite as unique as your daughter.